to Mini-Modelog. It's the day after Stunty Slam. So, if you guys have been keeping up with the last couple of weeks, we did Road to Stunty Slam videos where I talked a lot about my roster. So, down below is a Google document. You can go check it out for what I actually took in the end. And most of it was what I said on the last video. But I took 2 hefties. I had the money to take 2 hefties rather than just loads of standard flings. So I took 2 hefties, 2 catchers, 2 treemen, Puggy, Jobbo, and then the rest were standard flings. And if you want to see what skills I took, etc., go check out the document down below. So that was the team I took. How did they do? The Modelogs, as I'm going to call them from now on, did 1 win, 3 losses. So I didn't come bottom of table. So I didn't get the wooden spoon. Did I enjoy the event? Yes, I did. It was absolutely brilliant. As usual, Alex throws a great tournament at with the waterbowl guys. They're a really great bunch of people. They're really kind of good at helping you learn the game. And if you're a brand new person to tournaments, I found it a really good atmosphere to be my first tournament at, because it wasn't a deadly serious tournament. The teams were all in fun. The rounds were all in fun. And as a result, I really enjoyed it. The only thing I would say is 4 games in one day is tough. I got to the last game and was really glad I was playing someone I actually knew. We played Dave, who's been on the channel before. Obviously, I played against his vampire. If you want to see that game, pop up in the corner in a minute. But that was really good because I was playing someone I knew. There was none of that kind of I don't know you kind of thing. It was good. So I really appreciate it. So thanks, David, for that. When I was getting tired and going, what does that dice even say anymore? Which was what I was getting like by round 4. So that was the team I took. That's how I felt about the tournament. That was my only thing I'd say. And also food. Big piece of advice is take a packed lunch. I think next time I'll be making a little packed lunch thing with me. I forgot to really eat anything, and I was surviving on flapjacks from the bar at Element Games, which is not probably the best way to do it, but I was ravenous by the time I got home. So do make sure you take food with you to tournaments. That's my one big piece of advice that I've learned. So the idea of Stunty Slam, of course, as we talked about before, is it's all the stunty teams. So goblins, ogres, halflings, underworld without Skaven is the main kind of 4. And of course you get to pick skills and all the rest of it. But what Alex also likes to do is in each round, it has a slightly different thing happen. So in round 1, you had Icy Pitch. Round 2, teleporters. Round 3, play your cards right. And round 4, spuds check. So in round 1, I got Alex. So I actually played Alex in round 1. He was playing goblins. I was playing flings, of course. And it was Icy Pitch. So what's the rule for Icy Pitch? Basically, if you decided to go for it, you then had to go for it 3 times. It was like 1, 2, you had to. And each roll for a go for it that you succeeded went in a random direction. So you pick the direction you wanted to go in, you then roll a dice and use the throw-in template 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to decide which direction you go in. So instead of going in a straight line, you tended to do this across the go for it bit, which was quite good fun. Alex used it quite a lot and to much success, and I realised how good dodge is on goblins. They move 6, they can dodge like no tomorrow. At one point, he just dodged a goblin right the way through all my flings, and I was just like, really? So that was an eye-opening experience for me from that point of view. And then you had teleporters in round 2, and I played Mr. Bonts in round 2. He was playing goblins as well. He had a chainsword, fungus galoon, and a bomber. First time I played against a bomber, first time I played against a chainsaw guy, and the first time I've seen bribes properly in action. I've not really played goblins before. There wasn't goblins in my league. So it was interesting to see how the bribes work. But he ran out of bribes, lost a couple of them. So I managed to knock over fungus, which helped. So it was an interesting game. That I won that one 2-1. And in that round, you had teleporters. So you and your opponent had 3 teleporters you could put on your half of the pitch. We then number them 1 to 6. And if you jump in one, you roll a d6 and you basically end up on another one. It was funny when you were blocking people into them and they were ending up on the other side of the pitch. And it was funny when you want to go somewhere and you didn't quite get there. Or, on one occasion, perfectly got right next to the ball, which was brilliant. So, I really enjoyed that round. It was against someone who's a relatively new player to goblins. Of course, I'm a relatively new player to flings. I won 2-1. I did a 1-turn touchdown. And it was good. And I think I killed a troll in that. Yeah, I think I killed a troll in that. So it was good fun. I got quite a lot of casualties in both my first and second matches. I then moved on to round 3 where I played Killer B. He was running his ogres. Never played ogres before. Suddenly realised how important the snotlings are to them. He also had a kind of ball carrier ogre, which had, I think, break, tackle, and sure hands, which for ogres was good. He won 1-0. I tried a one-turn touchdown from the off, failed the last go for it, which was really annoying, and then it took him 16 turns to score. So I kind of held him off, and then he also kind of played the waiting game to score at the end. So it was kind of interesting. I've never played ogres before. Managed to kill an ogre, which was good. He managed to kill a tree, which was bad for me, and my other tree got rooted, so that was kind of annoying. And then play your cards right was you got basically 3 special cards. I've never used special cards before. First time using them. It was a special set of cards. You picked them from a deck of cards, and then Alex had already made up one to King, Queen, Jack, depending on what card you pulled from the deck, depending on what skill you got or whatever. And what special card you got. I've never used play cards before. I found it quite interesting. We never used them in the league. I'd be interested to know what people's thoughts on them are. So let me know down below. Do you think they're good? Do you think they're bad? Personally, I thought it made an interesting aspect to the game. I've never really used them before. I only ended up using one of mine. So I don't know whether, I still can't work out whether they're worthwhile. And with things like that, I'm likely to forget them. It's like when I used to play Guild Ball and I had play cards, I'd forget to use those. So I kind of, it's like that for me on that round. Then round 4, like I said, I ended up playing David, and I was really pleased because by this point I was flagging, I was tired. Probably would have benefited from a decent lunch, like I say, and also maybe a can of Relentless to keep going. And in that round you had something called Spuds Check, where you had to basically roll when you're about to cross the line, non-rerollable. On a 2+, everything was fine, and the final square into the end zone, you score. On a 1, the players not had the spuds to proceed, so their turn ends. But Dave beat me 1-0, and like I say again, had no problem passing the spuds check with his halflings. I learned quite a lot from it. I enjoyed playing in a tournament for once rather than doing tournament coverage. And that's where I'm going to ask you guys, what would you guys prefer? Would you prefer me to go play in tournaments, give you a review like this, and then give you some games, which will be coming in the next week or so, both Alex's game and Dave's game? Or would you like to do what I've done in the past, which is go and basically film round the tournament, showing you the tournament? Let me know in the comments down below. Feedback from you guys is essential. We're now pretty much a Blood Bowl channel, and I'm loving the community support. You guys have been great support over the last sort of year and a half of me doing a lot of Blood Bowl stuff. A lot of you have joined since I started working with Two Drunk Flings and so on. So let me know in the comments down below what you'd like to see in the future. I do have some things coming, including looking at every skill in the game, every inducement in the game, and also, of course, I'm going to try and get some other coaches on screen with me to talk about who their favourite team is, why it's their favourite team, what their advice is for that team. How would you, if you're taking that team into a league, how would you progress that team? Things like that coming to you, hopefully, probably in the new year now. That will be my last tournament for the year until next year, where I'm looking at tournaments already at the moment. What would you prefer me to cover? Let me know in the comments down below. Would you prefer me to go to UKTC? Would you prefer me to go to the NAF Championships again? I'll probably be definitely doing the Blood Bowl, the Water Bowl, Blood Bowl one. I'll definitely be doing one that Johnny from JB Fantasy Fields has got coming in the new year, and I'll probably definitely be doing the Two Drunk Flings one again. But I will be playing all of those 3. So let me know if you want to see either tournament coverage or me playing in the comments down below. Thanks for watching my review on Stunty Slam. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.